For nearly 2 centuries, a strange phenomenon has been occurring on Mahone Bay. Sightings of a ghost ship burning. People claim it to be the Young Teaser, a privateer ship that burned in the harbor.
The Young Teaser was an American privateer. A privateer was a licensed pirate, a vessel given permission to hunt enemy ships for capture. The Young Teaser was a 2-masted schooner. She was built specifically for privateering. She had 2 spars of Norway pine. She was built of American oak. She was lined with cork in order to prevent the splinters from the broadsides coming in and hurting the crew. She had 5 guns on board. She was fast, meant to be a rapid raider. She came to Nova Scotia shores during the War of 1812, coming here in June 1813. Her captain was William Dobson, and when she arrived in the waters off Lunenburg and into the Mahone Bay, she had a crew of 26 on board. That particular morning, the people from Lunenburg watched with great care as they saw the 2 ships coming across the bay. They were worried because some years before the town had been raided by privateers, and this might mean another raid. As they watched the events of the day unfold, the American privateer was cornered in the Mahone Bay by 2 British warships. One, the frigate Orpheus, and the other, a ship of the line, a 3-decker named Mahone. And Johnson gave his word that he would not again take up arms against the British. And if he were caught on the Young Teaser, then the punishment for him was hanging. And they were hoping under the cover of darkness to slip out of the bay between Tancook and the Blandford shore. However, that was not to be, for Mahone lowered 5 of her boats away, and they began rowing toward the Teaser. As the Teaser's crew saw the British ships coming, one in particular watched with great anxiety. Frederick Johnson had been the lieutenant of the Teaser. So he, more nervous than the others, went into the galley of the Teaser and took a coal from the stove and ran forward and threw it into the magazine.
The powder magazine exploded and the ship burned into the night. Residents were horrified to see such a sight. It was shortly after this that residents sighted the Young Teaser burning in Mahone Bay. Rescue ships were launched. However, when they arrived on the scene, the Teaser was gone.
There is a phenomenon called St. Elmo's fire. When there's electrically charged clouds, there can be what appears to be fire around the mast of a sailing ship. So that could certainly lead to these stories. And that's a natural event. The fact that there are fewer sightings now than there were in the past, I think is highly indicative that perhaps what people did see up till the 1930s could have been St. Elmo's fire, because they had tall-masted vessels up until about the 30s. Then after that, yachts and different kinds of fishing boats. Most people in that area know the story of the pirate ship, which certainly has an air of infamy and adventure, etc., could lead to these stories.
When this ghost ship appears, people claim to see men standing on deck engulfed in flames. Could this be the crew of the young teaser? A group of men sentenced to death by a young lieutenant who wanted to avoid his own hanging? Many claim it to be the truth. What a selfish man, this young lieutenant, commander of this ship, knowing that his own life would be taken, and yet he decided that everyone would die if he was going to. No wonder the young teaser appears burning on the horizon, and the crew standing engulfed in flames to this day.
In 1939, my parents were walking along the western shore of the Mahone Bay and noticed a ship on fire on a June evening. They thought it was a pulp boat hauling pulpwood out of the mouth of the Gold River, and they stopped along with others and watched for 15 minutes or so, and some people prepared to launch a dory and row out to see if they could be of assistance. And all of a sudden there was just like a great explosion, but not a sound, and the whole apparition disappeared.
When we had moved to Chester, we knew the story of the teaser. And
we were out for an evening stroll, probably close to dusk, around 8 o'clock in the evening, and we're just coming down around the foot of King Street in Chester by the Yacht Club, and my husband said, look out there, around Round Island there's something burning, and we stopped, and we looked. First of all, we thought it was Pine Island burning, or somebody burning bush or something, and we both realized it was the shape of a boat.
Shape of a schooner. So when we watched it for a little while, and we even knocked on neighbors' doors and got them to come out and confirm the fact that what we were seeing was what they could see. So it was kind of, that's why it was such a thrill to think that there it was, there's the famous teaser.
We watched it for about 20 minutes, and we called friends to take a look, and they saw the same thing that we did. In fact, they said that they'd been out in a whaler the next morning to see if they could find some remnants of burning, like some field on fire, or they could find no evidence at all.
It would seem that the crew of the young teaser have decided in goodwill to save other people's lives. The young teaser is sighted often when a ship is lost at sea. Lost ships follow this light to the safety of the shore.
To this very day, people report seeing a burning ship on the waters of the Mahone Bay. It flares, it burns at a distance. By the time that people go to investigate, the ship has vanished. There's no evidence of fire anywhere. And they have seen the ghost of the American privateer, Young Teaser.
The Young Teaser continues to be an enduring story in the hearts of those residents along Mahone Bay. Each year they build a replica of the Young Teaser, hold a celebration, and set the ship on fire. It's a story that is being kept alive and may continue for the next 200